Excuse the hair. I'm just taking my pin curls out from last night, getting ready to go to work. But I needed to get this off my chest and tell this story and have it be out there so that people can know what's going on in terms of racism and inclusion, and how early, unfortunately, children of color are exposed to comments and things that are clues and hints that they might not be accepted or looked at as equal to everyone else, meaning the general population, our white brothers and sisters. So I alluded to this in another video that I made. That was an experience that my almost 6-year-old had to go through in school last school year, pre-K, where she was best friends and boyfriend and girlfriend with a classmate of hers who happened to be a little white boy from Chicago. And it was a cute, innocent relationship that was 100% appropriate for pre-K. Until one day Chloe came home, and actually I came home from work, and Chloe asked me, "Mommy, what are you supposed to do when a boy tells you he doesn't want to be married to you anymore?" I think I told some of you guys this, that my first instinct and reaction was just to be like, boy, bye. Like, why are we concerned with somebody who is telling you that they don't want to be your friend or your boyfriend or in your space anymore? And then she went on to tell me that this little boy, who was her play boyfriend in school, mentioned to her that the reason why he didn't want to be married to her anymore, couldn't be married to her anymore, was because his mommy told him that he could not be married to brown girls. So for those of you out there who have children who are of color and have experienced racism and inequality in your life, which is everyone who is black and brown, can imagine how I felt when my 6-year-old, actually she was 5, said that to me. Now, as a mother of 2 little girls who are black, I was fully prepared to have this conversation with them one day. I just didn't think, or even the thought never dawned on me that I would have to have this conversation with either one of my daughters as early as pre-K. So in that moment, I gathered myself, realized that this was an important moment in her life to make sure that even though she was going to be met with racism and inequality outside of our home, that she was going to walk away from this conversation knowing and understanding that she is an amazing human being, and that if someone is ignorant enough to not want to be in her space because of the color of her skin, then you have to be okay with letting them go and not letting them be in your life because they're not worth it for the ignorance that they have been taught. And I say it that way because clearly at 5 and 6 years old, this little boy that's not his original thought. That's not his original feeling about things. He's too young, he's too innocent to put all of those thought processes together to even utter those words. So what did we do? After I calmed down, had a conversation with both of my daughters about how amazing they are and excellent they are and what superpower it brings them that they are black women, that I then went and spoke to my husband, who calmed me down because I showed strength and courage and grace in front of my daughters, and then was able to be angry and frustrated and really disappointed in front of my husband. And we decided we were going to email her teacher, let her know what was going on, since this was a conversation that happened in her classroom. Just for the sake of everyone's privacy, I'm not naming anybody, but my daughter has one of the most amazing CPS teachers that and I'm gonna in the whole CPS system. I know that they're young, but her teacher is amazing for how she handled the situation. So she contacted the parents of the little boy, let them know what the situation was and the conversation that was had. And their immediate reaction was they were mortified. Mortification. So, okay, they're mortified. I don't know if they're mortified because they don't believe in the way that their son was talking. I don't know if they're mortified because some conversations that were had in their home spilled out into the classroom, into the wrong ears. And honestly, I don't care why they're mortified, because it's not their son that gets shamed through this process. It's not their son that gets treated less than through this process. And it's not their son who is going to have to experience this many more times in his lifetime. So through their mortification, like a lot of these situations go, the Black and brown people have to caress the feelings of the oppressor and make them feel like, hey, it's okay, I understand, you're not a racist, neither is your son, although this did come out of his mouth and he said his mother said so. So where did he get it from? I'm really tired of this process. I'm tired of this cycle that happens. So you're saying ridiculous and inequitable things in your home. They get leaked out, whether it's out of your mouth, your brother's mouth, your uncle's mouth, your daddy's mouth, your grandpa's mouth. It doesn't matter. He picked it up somewhere, and now it got spilled into my daughter's ear. So now my daughter is hurt, confused, sad. I have to explain to her that there are people out in the world who think this way, believe this way, and unfortunately really do feel this way, and that we're gonna have to experience this in our lifetime. But then I have to have a conversation with you so that you feel better about it as the parents of this white boy. This is not unique to me. This is something that happens to a lot of Black and brown families. And then again, like I said, it's like, okay, now I have to have a meeting with you so that you get the opportunity to convince me, or try to convince me, that you're not racist or ignorant at the very least. So the meeting happened, and I wasn't gonna go. I'm that type of person. I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. I have better ways of spending my time, and it's 2018. So if you want to get an education on things that are not appropriate to be saying and thinking about other human beings, then get on the internet and figure it out for yourself. I don't want to be the source of your education around how to speak and think and live life in an equal society. But my husband likes to he likes to make people uncomfortable on purpose. And I think that this was a really good opportunity to let them sit in that discomfort, the discomfort that my daughter probably felt when their son said that to her, and the discomfort that, all of us have to kind of live with today. So we had a meeting, we had some coffee, they paid, and the conversation was just what everybody who's watching this video thinks it was. It was, oh, it's nice outside, the weather, blah, blah, blah. What do you guys do for a living? Yada, yada. And then, okay, we're sorry that our son said that. I don't know where he got it. That's not how we think and feel. we hate Trump too, blah, blah, blah. And dare I say, they threw their son under the bus, like really, that he is, you know, upset, he's loud, he's vocal, and he says things that they know are inappropriate, and they have no idea where he gets it from. Clearly, this 5-year-old boy is living a secret life that they have no idea about. He must go out at night and hit the streets of Chicago and have a whole crew that he runs with that they are unaware of, doing and saying crazy things that is outside of their control. So we left it at that. Weren't going to be like friends. I think the number one piece of advice that my husband gave them was, you know, for the future, so that your son, your family, yourselves are more aware of things that can be said that are going to be inappropriate or hurtful to other people, like black families, go get some black friends. Like, you know, that's the only way that, honestly, my white friends and brothers and sisters, that's the only way that you are going to experience anything close to what it feels like to be a black or brown person in today's America. That's the only way that you're going to experience true friendships with people who are different than you, to understand that there are no differences between us besides our experiences, besides the slight difference in culture that we bring to the table, and everything else that you don't know yet because you don't have organic, real relationships in your life with black and brown people. Go get some black friends. But then I was like, but not me. Okay? Because I am not going to be friends with you after I went through this situation, because I'm 37 and I've spent 37 years explaining to white people the black experience. And I don't even have time right now to get into the fact that my black experience is not even a more traditional black experience in America. But here I still sit at 37 experiencing these things with myself, with my family, and with my children. So thank you for allowing me to get this off of my chest. I hope somebody has learned something from this. And if you have a friend that you think would benefit from hearing this story, please share this video.